Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks once again for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm joined in studio by somebody who truly gives back to the community in many ways. Elliot Middleton, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am so happy that you were on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do and why?
Well, pretty much my name is Elliot Middleton. I'm from a small fishing village called McClellinsville, South Carolina. And what my organization does, which is the name of that is Middleton's Village to Village Foundation. We go around, we collect cars and we fix them up and we donate them to folks in need, particularly in rural unpopulated areas that does not have like Ubers, taxis, ways to get around. We help folks out like that and just try to make sure that if somebody is in need, we try to help them out as best we can.
And on top of that, you also have a restaurant.
Have a barbecue restaurant. We're going to reopen on January the 19th. It's located in Owendale, South Carolina. That's 5105 US Highway 17 in Owendale. And we also started our mobile food truck venture, and that you may see all around the Lowcountry in probably about 5 different counties so far.
I know you're going to say that it feels awesome, but how does it feel whenever you're actually able to donate a car, see that reaction? What is that like?
Well, the experience with that is the first one, it blew you away and you're kind of like, I like that feeling. So now you want to do it again and you want to do it again. So it's it's very addictive, and it's not, just from the excitement, the surprise from them. You always want to be in, like, it's just addictive. You want more cars so you can bless more people.
Yeah. And why food? Why barbecue? Is this something you've always loved?
It's just living out in the rural areas. Like as a young man, you had to be around your great grandparents or your grandparents always cooking. So you always learn, how to cook. You've learned how to cook different things. You harvest different things out of the fields. So it's always, it's just always been a love of mine. And from besides mechanics, it's always been cooking. So second part of my life, I wanted to venture off into food and beverage and, enjoy doing that, and wanted to still remain working on cars. It's a weird combination, but it works.
It's the best of both worlds, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what's in the works for 2024?
So right now, like I said, we just got through with our 100th car donation. We are in the need of more vehicles because, we get a lot of vehicles, and most of the vehicles there are not, up to par as far as getting back on the road. So we have to take maybe 7 vehicles, and then we may use those 7 vehicles to part out one to make another one work. So you may get 2 or 3 cars out of those 7 vehicles. So we're always hunting for cars. We're always looking for donations for cars. Just being able to get around and actually seeing the different situations in rural, unpopular, small areas. Food brings everybody together, and good things bring everybody together. So that's trying to do the best of both worlds.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
going to say the exact same thing. All right, where can people stop by and give it a try again?
5105 US Highway 17 in Owendale, South Carolina. Telephone number that you can call us at, and I'll answer that phone as best I can whenever I can. 843-928-4RIB. That's 4742. And you'll be able to contact us there all throughout the week. We specialize mainly in a lot of catering and carry out on this go around of the restaurant. So it's kind of like a carry out restaurant. It gives you more of a Pizza Hut vibe, to where you can come in, you can order, or you can do a delivery. We're working hopefully with 3 vehicles that we can always be out in the commute area. And also being that the fact that we're in a rural area, I'm offering deliveries to that rural area because, you got kids that live there, they'll never get a chance to experience the pizza man coming to the door. But you'll be able to hopefully get an opportunity to experience the barbecue man coming to the door. So that's one of the outlooks that I want to do for the rural area.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I am at ESA Fitness Club with Terrence. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I have
Good.
some questions for you.
All right, I'm ready to answer.
First question, what does ESA stand for?
ESA stands for Enhanced Speed and Agility.
Okay.
Yeah, so most people come to me to get faster, to get more agile, to have more mobility, and more explosiveness. So
Love
yeah.
that. Well, give me a little bit about your background. How did you get into this?
I got into it after I was training for the NFL, and I had a trainer in college. And then I went up to Maryland after I played in the All-Star game my senior year, and I trained with Vernon Davis trainer, and it kind of opened my eyes to a lot more different style of training than what I was getting in college.
Interesting.
And then I was in the CFL in rookie camp with the Montreal Alouettes, and got cut from there, came back home, and started coaching and started training some kids. I put a speed and agility clinic on, got it sponsored, had about 40 kids come out. It was amazing.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I like it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just opened a facility with about 4 or 5 clients, $1,000 in a 1,000 square foot facility. And
And
that was
here we
12
are.
years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
And now I'm here.
Now we're here, and what is this location? It's pretty prime, man, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's so this is downtown redevelopment zone, okay? Right, smack dead in the middle of downtown Myrtle Beach is
Yeah.
515 9th Avenue North, and I've been in this building for about a year.
Okay.
So I decided to come down here, one, to be a part of the community, be a part of the redevelopment and all the stuff that's going on downtown. So I just, took a risk, and so far it's been pretty good. We got a lot of neighbors coming down on this street,
Yeah.
and I like the plans that's what's happening down here. So I just wanted to be a part of some growth and be on the beginning of the stages, and that also actually ask what we think and what we want to do, and so it's pretty cool.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, who's the typical client that you see on a daily basis? I know that you have all these different sports painted up on the wall,
Yeah.
which he did himself, by the way. Love that.
Yeah. A typical client is a high school and a middle school athlete. I do some 4th and 5th graders. I kind of start around 10 years old. That's kind of like my stopping point.
Yeah.
I've had some 9-year-olds that were pretty mentally there, that can stay locked in the whole session. And then when the seasons kind of change, I get my college guys and girls coming back
Yeah.
in, and then I get some of my professional athletes, they'll drop in. I can't just rely on college and pro athletes, because their
Yeah.
seasons are longer in at school. But most of my clientele are high school and middle school athletes, so we're trying to build them up. But the key is catch them in middle school. So by the time they get to high school, by the time they're juniors and seniors, they're 10 times better, and to give them a better chance to either go to college or make their varsity squad.
Yeah.
So that's the typical. And I also do adult personal training as well. So in the
Okay.
morning times, that's what I spend my time with doing.
I think a lot of people wonder where these great athletes come from, and I think a lot of times this is the thing that really makes the biggest difference for
Yeah.
kids. The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Heartful Hearts and Home Care. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today, I am talking with Simone and Jerry from Heartful Hearts. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. How about you?
I'm excited to get to know you guys a little better and
Yes.
learn what you do.
Awesome. So we are from Heartful Hearts in Home Care, and we are a non-medical service provider. So we hire caregivers and certified nursing assistants to go into the privacy of the homes, where we specialize in dementia and Alzheimer's.
Oh, and I was saying earlier that this is probably a very rewarding job,
It
but
is.
also extremely challenging
Yes,
at times. Talk
yes.
to me about that.
So it's very rewarding because there are so many people out here that need help. Families, it's so hard on the families to be able to care for their loved one. So the rewarding aspect of that is, just having someone in, and we come in, we take care of them, and we become family. And so many challenges, whereas, people that are suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's, dealing with the behaviors and things of that nature, it's hard for the families to know what to do and how to do it.
So I guess what made you want to start this company in the first place?
So I've been a certified nursing assistant for over about 15 years. Wow. I've worked in a lot of rehab facilities. I've worked with hospice entities, nursing homes, and just having that passion to love people and love what I do and what I did in those facilities at that time. I just had an urge to know that, I had to do this, but to do it and show people how to do it the correct way.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yes.
It's definitely worthwhile to have that experience.
Yes.
But what does it look like when somebody is reaching out to y'all and wants your care, I guess?
So we are partnered with a lot of the local hospitals,
Okay.
hospice companies, therapy companies. So typically, if they're not with a company, what the family can do, they can just give us a call. And let us know what we got going on. And then normally what we do is we go right on out and we meet with the families and to see what we can do to be of assistance.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by Heartful Hearts and Home Care. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm so excited to be joined by Robin and Divine. How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Oh my goodness. So y'all came all the way from Florence, and you're from an organization called Ladies on a Mission?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
All right, tell me a little bit about Ladies on a Mission and what y'all do.
Ladies on a Mission is an outreach program where we go out and we do stuff for the kids. We basically have events for the kids, like if going back to school, Christmas events, different events that we do for the kids. We also do for the elderly too. Mm-hmm. We feed the elderly people and everything, and we just hold big events. Right now we're not getting funding, but we just go on and do what we got to do to make sure that everything puts a smile on some child's face.
And that's what it's all about, really,
Yes,
at the end of the day. And I hear you guys are both authors.
Yes,
We are authors.
Tell me about your books. I'm so
okay.
excited to hear about this.
Okay.
Well, I wrote the book Robin Tastes is Great, and I also invented some seasonings with it. And I love to cook. I just love to cook, and I decided to write a
She
cookbook,
cooks very well.
and it's called Robin Tastes is Great. You can purchase it on Amazon.
Yeah,
I have wrote two books actually. One is a children's book called See You Later Alligator, which is a great children's book. It's very adventurous and it will put a smile on so many people's faces. Actually, I already have. So I'm just grateful to have wrote this book, and I pray that it continue making people smile each and every single day. Who has a chance to read it. And this right here is actually my newest book. It's called The Young Man with the Heart of Gold. It's a wonderful story about a young man named Cody Scott who goes through different things in his life, but his faith in God and him continuing to press forward encourages so many people to not give up through his story. So it's a great novel, and it's going to help so many people, and I'm just grateful that God blessed me to write it.
I love it. Well, where can people find out more information about Ladies on a Mission? Or you said you can purchase books on Amazon?
Yes, on Amazon. The Young Man with the Heart of Gold and See You Later Alligator. You can find both of these on Amazon.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
The following portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by 5 Star Painting. Hey guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today in the studio, I have Scott and Ashley from 5 Star Painting. Welcome, welcome. How are y'all doing?
Good.
How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. Okay, we want to get to know you guys and, learn why you started this company, why you got involved. So tell me your story.
All right. Back in June of 2024, we started up 5 Star Painting, and it was going smoothly. And then in December, we decided we needed to branch out and bring somebody in to do more of the marketing aspect. And that's where we brought Ashley in to start doing it.
Okay, so Ashley, what do you do with 5 Star Painting?
So I handle all like the marketing and the networking for the business, being really the face of the business out in the community, out at events and networking groups. Being involved in the community is like something really big for us. It's something personal for myself. Since I was younger, my mom used to make us go out and feed the homeless and stuff like that. So being able to do that within my role just satisfies something in me personally and professionally as well.
I love that. Well, tell me more about 5 Star Painting and what you guys offer.
Yeah, so we do interior and exterior residential and commercial painting services, whether that's just painting walls, stucco repair, or deck staining. Those are some of the things that we do.
I'm sure there's a long list, so you could probably tell me some more things you do as well.
Popcorn, ceiling removal.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, patching holes, replacing sheetrock, doors, trims, baseboards, cabinets.
I was gonna ask cabinets.
Yes.
That's one that you don't want to paint on your own, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, more details in that than you would assume.
And what do you think sets you guys apart from other places?
I think what sets us apart is having a dedicated project manager on site. We don't just drop people off and hope for the best. Our project manager, Scott, he is involved when the project starts. He checks on the job every single day to make sure it's going good, communication with the client and the crew to make sure they're completely satisfied. And the very end, we do a final walkthrough. With the client. If they point anything out, we make sure to rectify it. We try to catch it beforehand, which is why we're there every single day. But we don't ask for payment until they're completely satisfied with the project. And I think that is a lot. It definitely sets us apart from other companies.
Yeah, and I always think about this, that whenever you're painting a room, it really transforms that room. It really makes you feel like you're in a different space. So what is that like whenever you're able to see like the customer reaction to stuff?
It's a great feeling because you're bringing their reality to life. It's what they wanted. So it feels good to make sure that they're satisfied.
Well, maybe you could tell me a little bit more about your involvement in the community or what you've been up to recently.
We sponsored a hole at a tournament for another, actually Kiwanis club for Carolina Forest. We sponsored the hole and we actually played, well, they played for the golf tournament. I did not play. And they had a lot of fun. A good way to like give back for sure. We've sponsored like a thing for Helping Hands of Myrtle Beach. What else have we done? We've done a lot.
We have another tournament we sponsored.
Yeah, we're sponsoring another tournament in November. Just anything. We volunteered at Neighbor to Neighbor. They had like a big fundraising thing that you had to like bail someone out. And I was stuck. Yeah, it was actually really fun. They took like pictures, like fake mugshot pictures, and you're going to jail. I think that was like my favorite one. And then we did one for Habitat for Humanity. And we got to learn, like I'm a female, I'm not really like a carpenter, so I actually got to learn things hands-on there. You didn't have to have any experience, but it was a great time to be able to help someone else,
That is awesome. Well, where can guys learn more information about y'all?
So you could go on our website, 5starpainting.com, or on our Facebook page, 5 Star Painting of Myrtle Beach. It has all our information there. You could book an estimate with a click of a button, and the estimates are free as well. So there is no obligation.
This portion of Living Local Carolina was sponsored by 5 Star Painting.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.